Hey everyone, it's an honor and blessing that you're watching this. This will be the introductory video to the Anselm Guild explaining what we are and what we intend to do. Essentially, we're a Christian group, primarily comprised of university and seminary students, who are on a mission to systematically reclaim the universities and seminaries. And you may be confused as to why we need to reclaim the seminaries. I mean the mainline ones, the ones that have largely drifted away from the faith. Now, the language of retaking may seem radical and violent, but that's not what we are about. We believe that we ought to retake the universities through dominance in the public forum. We believe in winning in the marketplace of ideas. Where human philosophies and systems have failed, God is faithful and true. So what does this look like? The Anselm Guild is a project-based society of students who are dedicated to stimulating the Christian intellect on campus. We attempt to tackle two issues: Christians not knowing their own beliefs, and Christians not knowing how to interact with other worldview systems. What I mean by project-based society is that the Anselm Guild provides a lot of freedom and doesn't restrict its members to only one function. For example, I, the person recording this video, started a lecture series on Reformed theology at UC Berkeley in partnership with the organization Theology Matters. However, some students from another campus could go on to start a reading group, a study center, host a conference, or whatever else. Lectures, of course, could serve as a default function of the Anselm Guild, but students are very free in what they can do. The only thing that these projects must fulfill is that they should aim toward revitalizing the Christian intellect and also contributing to the Christian culture. I mention culture because I wish to include the arts. Anything that suffuses the university with beauty is acceptable. We are an ecumenical group, open to any person that affirms our statement of beliefs. However, when I say ecumenical, I don't mean that the Anselm Guild blurs denominational distinctives until everyone is some sort of homogeneous mush of mere Christianity. Instead, we are ecumenical because we want to do the work to highlight the beautiful history and strengths within each denomination. For example, just because I partnered with Theology Matters, which is a largely Presbyterian organization, doesn't mean that I am opposed to promoting Lutherans, Episcopalians, Methodists, etc. Another thing is that we want to be dedicated to intellectual rigor. I have heard from some pastors and some university students that the highbrow philosophy and theology will simply go over the heads of the average university student. I just don't think that is the case. And if it is the case, it's not good, and it needs to change. Students at elite universities need to be prepared, and they're capable of learning. Lowbrow apologetic answers will not prepare Christian students to reform university culture. This is our chance to get ahead. While the average Christian is not familiar with contemporary analytic philosophy of religion, neither is the average atheist or Muslim or Buddhist or whatever. Of course, there are always exceptions. But let's try to make our exceptions a norm. So, how can you get involved, you may ask? Well, I created a website. Go to theanselmguild.wixsite.com/theanselmguild. Yes, I know I'm cheap for not buying the actual domain, but I'm a college student, so what am I going to do? There, you will see a button that says register, and you'll be able to register either as a student or as a general member of the public. We all need to come together for this project. The universities will take years to reclaim in the name of Christ. It'll take years. We need all hands on deck for this. Everyone is welcome to join, but I want to make it clear that we are targeting the highest impact schools we can. Just think of the top 20. It's not a rigid list, but just think of schools like Harvard, Yale, Princeton, other schools that have historically been important to Christianity. I don't like playing the game of prestige, but whether it's right or not, prestige has a huge impact on the way people see things, Christians and non-Christians alike. Alright, that's essentially who we are and what we do. I look forward to working with anyone that comes our way. Maybe God will use this, or maybe not. All I know is that it would be awesome and beautiful if we were to see the universities and mainline seminaries subject themselves to Christ, either for the first time or again. Thank you guys for watching. and God bless.